There we go. Good evening, Frost. Let's see. Hey, Alex. Hope you're all having a good morning / evening / afternoon. Oh, that's gonna be a bit. No, I can do it. A little bit of cleanup. Yeah, I ate. And like I said, I'm gonna try to make it a point to stream more often. So I'm gonna try to stream every day. Well, not every day, like Monday through Friday. That's the goal, at least. Or, you know, the schedule that I would like to attempt. I just won't be able to stream when I can't stream myself working on like the comics or whatever for various reasons. One, because of spoilers, although you guys have expressed that you don't really care if I spoil. But the other thing is, you can't, you know, I draw risque stuff, so and I can't stream that, unfortunately. I can on Picardo, but I don't want to keep going to Picardo for that. So, still debating if I'm going to keep using Picardo, but I likely will. But the risque stuff will probably just be will just be like once a week, because I still got to work on like the major things. Figure I'd finish off Joanne for this stream. Check schedule until death. Very well then. Yeah. And unfortunately, Twitch isn't cool enough to have titties and butts. Well, unless you're a freaking cam girl or whatever, then they don't seem to give a shit, but that's neither here or there. Alright. Hey Jet, happy Tuesday. I'm just cleaning up a little bit. Yeah, I'd be damned to fucking color, or yeah, color in all of these little diamonds on Joanne. I was like, fuck that, I'll do it the easy way. Can't grow Becky. I mean, I already did that technically. True. Unless I show her cloaca, but that ain't happening. It's like, can I get banned for showing a cloaca? Is that in the rules? Clean up that tongue a little bit more. Don't be flashing my snake hole. Cock blocking ads. Welcome back. Yeah, after the stream I'll keep working on an iHat. But yeah, once iHat Secrets is done, I think I'm gonna do the in-between chapters for Black Circus and iHat 2, or Volume 2, because of the events that I want to show off, even if they're just for comedy. And then the chapters after that will be the time skip. And then for the Slice of Life, I'm definitely going to do a Year of the Snake theme. Okay, so got all that. Oh. This one. need some of this. Clean up a little bit of this. Becky waking up at a bar after almost suffocating in her own tits. Could maybe see that happen. She just wakes up gasping, going like, Jesus fuck, my tits are huge. And then, I don't know, have like some random drunk character be like, amen, brother. Or like, you can say that again, goddamn. The boy is being enticed by her awesome rocking tits. There we go. Well, luckily she's good at holding her breath. For various reasons. She's like, I'm part shark, part duck, and part alligator. I better know how to fucking hold my breath. I know, right? I had debated that, but I was like, nah, just one attribute from the shark. I mean, I can always tweak her bio to be like, yeah, she can breathe underwater. She has, like, her lungs can convert water into, can use the oxygen in the water. Nothing's stopping me from giving her that ability. Nah, she just has the teeth from the shark. That's where she gets it. Clean these up a bit. Nope, those are shark teeth. Meaning if they come out for whatever reason, they come back stronger. Yeah, exactly. She'd be like, "Ah, fuck, my tooth got chipped," and just pulls it out. Pax be all like, "What the fuck?" And then she's like, "Eh, give it a few minutes." comes back all sharp. Or however long it takes for sharks to get their teeth back. %100% dino teeth. Yeah, right. Pax just makes a necklace out of her teeth, or even Becky does it. That's like a present for whatever occasion. He's like, oh wow, oh wow, a tooth necklace? And he's like, yep, made it myself. And he just looks at her and she grins while showing her teeth. And he just looks back at the necklace going like, what the fuck is this? Like, this woman's fucking crazy. First her eggs, now her teeth, what next? Well, first her eggs, then her titty milk, and then her teeth. I mean, at this point, she can just sell it all. It's different shit. Say, oh yeah, you can buy my titty milk, my teeth, and my eggs. And if you buy all three in a bundle, you can save 10%. Okay, next I want this. Copy. This. Alright. Oh yeah, molting. So she's got the whole feathers thing. She technically sheds skin with her gator tail. Yeah, true. She's not gonna like willingly pull her teeth out unless it's just like, oh shit, broke a tooth or chipped a tooth or whatever, and she's like, ah, fuck it, and decides to endure the pain for a moment. But definitely not something she's gonna do every day. Probably since her crotch is gator. So she probably gets a little hot and bothered from it. Yeah, Monster Musume is okay. I think interspecies reviewers is better in terms of explaining monster characters. Because like they tell you about how the creatures function, and then they also tell you like the sexual side. Yeah, true. She could, if her tail gets lopped off. I think can gators regrow their tails? I can't remember. Or am I thinking of another creature, or of just like regular lizards? Never really thought about it. Yeah, I don't think they regrow either. Let me just check. And oh, yes, apparently they can. They can regrow their tails. Oh, no. Okay, well, obviously not if they lose a limb. Okay, so there's like an asterisk to that. So they can technically regrow the tail, but the tail loses important things. Well, I don't know. According to there's one site saying it can, and then others are saying it can't. I'm gonna lean towards no. I'm gonna say no, just for the sake of argument. If she was like a lizard, then I would say yes. But if she's an alligator, I'm gonna say no. It seems to be like the majority is no. How sensitive is her tail? I mean, it's gonna be sensitive, especially if she's not used to people touching it in the way that Pax would. Be a little embarrassing. Yeah. Like, it's not gonna retain like the skeletal structure of a tail if it happens to regrow or heal. It's gonna be like a stub or whatever the hell it ends up being. Yeah, because she's not a lizard. But yeah, I'll probably do more research on that later, just so I can get the better scope about that. But if it can and it's like legit regrow, like it can function, then sure, I would give it to her. But if it's just like normal heal, but it like comes back as like a stub or whatever, then yeah, she's not gonna be able to regenerate her tail if anything happens to it. But in terms of it, if it's sensitive, I'd say yeah. I mean, she's not gonna be used to having it stroked or whatever by Pax. At least Becky's not part platypus. I would have given her like poison talons or something. Yeah, that'd be weird. Looks at everything else she is on the fucking list. It's like, what is this, a fucking grocery list? Platypuses are just like, why? It's like, God was drunk that day and decided to make a platypus. It's like, alright, I'm gonna make a beaver, a duck, and combine them together, but I'm gonna make them poisonous, and they're a mammal, but they lay eggs. Figure that out. I was like, what the fuck? Everybody else going like, God, why would you do that? And you're like, cause it's funny. Passes the fuck out. Platypus is just sitting there and he's like, well, I mean, he did make it. I guess we'll send it into the world. Wakes up the next day, oh shit, what happened? Well, you made a platypus and you wanted us to send it out in the world, so we did. He's like, what the fuck's a platypus? And they explain it. He's like, what the hell? That's fucking crazy. And it's like too late to stop it. So it's God, it's too late. It's been done. They already started repopulating. It's like, fuck, okay, fine, yeah, well, okay, it's a thing. Fuck, hey, I gotta stop drinking. Now with Becky, it was just a dartboard. It's like, all right, whatever I get, that's what you'll be. But he just kept going. Yeah, right. Like you look up those things, and you're like, what the fuck? I mean, I still was tripping out when I learned that a platypus was fucking poisonous. I was like, what? It's like, what the fuck do you mean they're poisonous? It's like, yeah, their talons have poison in it. I was like, what the fuck? Why do they have that? Yeah, I could see Becky on one end like liking platypi, but at the same time being like, "Fuck you, platypi," because you're only two creatures put together. Looks at other mythical creatures like a fucking griffin. Well, it can't even say mythical because there are griffins in her world, but she'll look at griffins and be like assholes. Say, "Oh, look at me! I'm only 3 species." Or I'm only 2 species. Blah, 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 blah. It's like, oh my god, can you believe I have this big tail and wings? And then Becky's like, fuck you. And this is why she drinks. Anyways. Unofficial lore, Becky has a pet platypus. That'll be the fan fiction that maybe someday will get made, where fans just come up with like her having a pet platypus, and like officially she never gets one, but then I'll have like a chapter or like a drawing of her like going to a zoo or something and coming across a platypus, and maybe we're like, yeah. I don't know. I'm just talking at this point. Someday I'll be my stuff will be bigger in terms of being known for something. And not that it matters. I enjoy what I enjoy. Yeah, get her a plushie. I'll have like Pac sees her at the zoo, just like kind of looking at the platypus and all that, and like he can tell that she likes it, so he gets her a stuffed animal. And at first she tries to play it off like she doesn't like it or something, or that it's stupid. And then she like always has it when she goes to bed. It's like her favorite thing. Not just because it's a platypus, but also because Pax gave it to her. So, something cute. Thank you. Still much to do, but doing my best. I've been trying out another method for it, so I'm gonna try it out for Joanne this time around. I used it on the recent underground collection pics that I put up. I haven't put them up publicly yet, so I'll probably do that after the stream's over. Does she wag her tail when she's happy about something? Yeah, most characters with tails usually do. Someday my stuff will be bigger, Viro, the not weight gain artist. I don't mind being called a weight gain artist. It's just not the only thing I do. That's like the only point I want to get across is like, okay, yes, you can call me a weight gain artist, but it's not the only thing I do. I have other interests. Someday I will do them, I'll draw them all. Or as many as I possibly can. What kind of name is that? I don't know what you're talking about on that one. Yes, I am. Hopefully I can do a lot this year. Now I'm just gonna work on the whole, try to get at least 1 or 2 things done a day. So that way I'm not backed up, or I can have like time for more things while working on comics. Okay, so got you. This one was always ending up getting darker, so let's try it at 50. I don't like that. Not like that, at least. Try it this way. I always end up doing it at like 50. Yeah, that should be fine. If I need to fix it, then I'll fix it. Oh, the titty tester. The tummy toucher. Bump it down to 70 for now. Do the tail tickler. TTT, Titanic Titty Trap. I don't know. Or titanium titty trap, I don't know. I'm just talking at this point. Do I want to go super crazy on the lines? Just for this pick, since it's not a comic page. Because normally I wouldn't do this. The ticket taker. That was a good one. these lines done. Finally, a song that doesn't feel like I've heard it like 80 times. And I will be right back. I return. It's not so much that I'm listening to Darkwave and all that, it's more that these are the only musics that don't get flagged by YouTube because they're royalty free as long as I credit the artist. And I'm not like a commentary channel, so a lot of music, like anytime I use like other music, they usually get flagged. Like only like certain music, like the Bomberman music doesn't get flagged, or the Tetris music. But sometimes it's random. Like sometimes it'll get flagged randomly, but that's because people will like sample other songs and use it in their work, but then they'll like copyright that, and it's like, dude, that's a open song. What the fuck? So It's just one of those headaches. Painting boobs to bed. What's your surprise? This one. Friend commission per. Well, that's cool. But yeah, I'll try to look for more royalty-free music that doesn't make me jump through idiotic hoops. And then there's always the YouTube music themselves that I can play, so those I do have saved, so maybe I'll play some of those after this set's over. So yeah, maybe I'll play some of those. That'll help. Oh, that's nice. Let's listen to this a bit. Yeah, the slice of life sets will help let me have the characters in a more casual light. Like, it'd be cute if, like, say, Joanne and Janet were, like, roaming around the mall, and Janet sees, like, a really cute scarf, but she knows they don't have much money to spend on stuff like that, and so Joanne just gets on Janet's neck and coils around. And Janet's like, thank you. Like, thank you, sweetie. Gives her a kiss. And granted, it's like something she's done before, but you know, it's the thought behind it. Yeah, that's all tackled this year by the horns. It's like, we can do it. I'm going to try as hard as I possibly can. A little bit. This. Okay. I mean, she's got those blowjob handles on her head, so I'm just saying. And she's like, don't you dare call them that. Duran be like, I'll fucking strangle you if you keep doing that. Yeah. It's mostly just one of those things where it's like, I know what I'm able to do, and I just need to stop, doing... I can't even... the weird part is I can't even say bare minimum because that's never been the case. I've always been trying to do everything 100%. It's just, I don't know. I feel like I haven't gone the limit. I guess that's like the best way to say it. It's like I know I do a lot, but I don't think I've ever done the limit. So I'm gonna try to do the best I can at my current level, or whatever level I'll be by the end of the year. Now if only she should bite their dick off if they try something. I mean, like Joanne's not a stranger to TikToking, but you know, if someone's trying to force her to do it, she's gonna retaliate. Clearly, she's going to retaliate. I mean, she did that while under the influence. So imagine if she was more aware of her actions. I mean, if she was a vicious snake, she'd probably just bite the dick off and then swallow it just to taunt them. It's like, hey, you're right, your dick did taste good. Sad you ain't gonna use it again. Or she's gonna be all edgy, she'll say, it's like, oh yeah, you'll get it back, it's snake shit. But I honestly can't see her saying that unless she was like really trying to be edgy. Maybe some other snake character will say something like that if the opportunity came. She didn't eat the whole thing, she just had the whole thing in her mouth. And then she bit it. And then pumped him full of venom. And then ate him. I mean, okay, by the technicality, yes, she did actually swallow the dick. True. Improving would be her specialty. And you can see her being witty about it. I mean, she was doing that when she was drugged, so it's even worse if she's aware that she's doing it. like, "You bit my dick, you bitch." He's like, "Oh, goodness me, did I? I'm so sorry, good sir. I just assumed that, having your disgusting, long, ill-formed dick in my mouth was something I shouldn't have." So I took measures into my own hands. So yeah, this is Herb just being a cheeky bitch. Or she can even say something say something more like, "Did anybody ever tell you never stick your dick in crazy?" Or snakes, for that matter. I mean, why would you do that? Okay, I think we're good on. I don't know. Oh, why is this all in the same folder? Weird. Part of me feels this is a little too. That's gonna be that. That's gonna be. Guess this is fine. Sun just feels off. Hold on, how does she look when all this is turned on? I'll wait and see until I get to the end to decide, because it feels like something's off, but I won't judge it until I'm done. I mean, if you want to say it, that's up to you. I don't know what the context would be, like if you're gonna ask a question about it or something, but I ain't gonna stop you. Little shiny, since she's scaly. New PP. What's PP? I'm blanking on that, assuming I know what it is. I don't think you said anything about her. I don't recall you asking or mentioning her. Oh, personal best. Lessen the shiny a bit. Excuse me. Probably take a nap after today's stream. Next week the 15th appreciated dragon. That's confusing since it's year of the snake, and last year was year of the dragon. Bring out my dragon picks. Yeah, cherry pick which one. I still need to draw artwork for Revka. Should probably be a little bit more containments. Hot dog RP. It's like, oh yes, cover me in that mustard. Drop that relish. It's like wrap around me with those big warm buns. Yeah, this is one of the ones I've been tinkering around with. Been trying out different methods to see what I like, or can jump around between one and the other for different art. Yeah, it's a lighting effect. It'll look nicer once I do all this. Looks great. It's so subtle though. Okay, Joanne is pretty much done. Just need to give her an appropriate background. Find something simple. Yeah, let's go for that. Yeah, I'm just a little tired. Like, I'll probably take a nap after I stream and then work on something when I wake up. This is not too important, so just drag it out. Can I do something with that? Probably. See what happens when I stretch it. I could do without that. I can, you know what? I'm just gonna build it myself. It's easier. Oh yeah, let me play some of the YouTube music. Oh, Jesus Christ, why am I hearing myself? Oh, Jesus Christ, why am I hearing myself? Jesus Christ, why am I hearing myself? No, seriously, why? No, seriously, why? What is playing my voice? What is playing my voice? Oh shit, this was still open. How the hell is that still open? It was not open this entire fucking time. Or it's been open the entire fucking time, but it didn't play my voice until I started fiddling around with shit. Anyway. God, I was not expecting that. I was like, who the fuck is talking? And I was like, shit, it's me. Why am I talking? Why can't I hear me? Okay, let's try this song. No, not that one. I know exactly what song that one is. What about this one? It's like I'm hearing the voices now. Where are my props? Where are you? You don't need this. Use that for something else. And where's the other ones? There we go. try something interesting. Turn all that off. Turn all this back on. Delete this. Do I want the lights? It's not a deal breaker, so I'll have them. Did you see the post of if they did a new one? I haven't seen it, but I've seen everything so far as far as I'm aware. But if they put up a new one today, then I haven't seen it yet. Because I follow them on Twitter and on Blue Sky. Do I feel like figuring that out? No, I don't feel like figuring that out. I'll just let it go. Okay, I'll check it out after the stream. I'm gonna be done in a bit anyway. So this, and then, oh yeah, I should probably do that. let's delete this. So that way this gets easier. God damn it. Yeah, I will. And of course I save. Good stretch. But yeah, I have water and all that, so I'm fine. And my friend gave me a few sodas when I left their place earlier. So no worries, I'm good. That's what I should do with this. I should duplicate this, multiply, bump this up. You can go to 100. This can go to like 50. Nah, I'm just gonna keep the original, it's better. Probably lower this to like 70, so it's not so blaring. So Alex, what are your thoughts on the whole what's her name not showing any like belly or anything in Drama Queen? Like I'm fine, I can read the comic and and still enjoy it. I'm just slightly miffed that the character has there's like no effects of the character being reflected on eating the aliens, because it's like they literally ate like 3 aliens prior to getting caught by the gang, and still nothing. And then she kept going, and I'm just sitting there going like, okay, I can understand if she can like digest them fast or something, but at least show something in her stomach. It's like a fucking black hole. It's like, goddamn. That's just me. That's just me being pissy about it for obvious reasons. Because it is all the shit you like. It's like, oh, Vor, sure. Potentially weight gain? Apparently not. Apparently, like, damn, do these aliens not do shit to the body? So I'm just a little miffed on that. Yeah. Like I'm curious to see if there's any like repercussions for her doing that. Cuz there's got to be something to it. Like obviously she shouldn't be able to just down 3 bodies as if they were nothing. So there's got to be more to it. So I'm very curious on if that gets explained or not. I think I'd feel better once I find out what that reason is, assuming we even get a reason. I think once that if it's explained, then I'd feel better about it. It's because people like us aren't allowed to be happy. Because it's not like I haven't read like a Vor comic where the characters eat somebody, and then you see them in their stomach, and then they immediately digest them in like 30 seconds, and there's no visible changes to them. Like it's not like I haven't seen that before. I would just like it to be explained. in the comic. Because like it's not like a foreign idea. I just want to know the answer. And this is not what I want, so we're gonna do it this way. Kind of a weird effect going on back there. Might tweak it. It's fine if you're not into vor. But yeah, it's just that part of me that's going like, okay, she's eaten like 7, or she ate like what 7 or 8 aliens before they even went to the hotel. So it's like, okay, there's got to be like some after effect to that, and so far it's been nope, nothing. And I'm sitting there going like, okay, the vor aficionado, or the vor kink in me wants to be like, hey, no, you know what it is? It's the tug of war between vor and weight gain, and I just want to know the answer. I just want to know what is the reason. Because I feel like once I know what the reason is, then I'm going to be less mad. And again, this is assuming we even get a reason. I feel this needs to be lessened to like 70. This dragon chef speaks for us all. Yeah, the weight gain side of me going like, oh, is like, huh, she ate like 8 people. Can I at least see like a belly for a moment? Like just like a full belly, and then it goes away? And then, I don't know, maybe that will be explained later on, where it's like, oh, apparently she has a fucking black hole in her stomach or some shit. And I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And then that'd be it. I like stop caring. I think that's the part that's bugging me, is that we don't know the answer to it right now. And granted, the comic is super fucking early. I'm not expecting them to tell me immediately. I just hope they tell me at all. Because if they don't, dick move. Anyway. Okay, so did all that. All that's really left. Do I need any lighting on this? Let's see. How does this look if I do it this way? Play another song while I'm waiting. Let's try this. this looks. Probably not necessary. Let's try it this way, see what this gets me. I'm basically getting the same thing. I'll keep it there. So now all that's left is a thing. Should be good. Yeah. Drops down to like 30. Does that interfere with your scales? Not really. I mean, this is an unnecessary touch at this point. Do I want it or do I not? Yeah, should be fine. She doesn't normally have the moon on her forehead. That was just makeup. There are links to it in a disc. Oh, yeah. Yeah, if I ever did a similar story to Drama Queen, you know damn well I'd be showing like the waking aspects of it. Like whatever character I would use to eat the bodies, I would show like the side effects of like constantly trying to like do that throughout the week and days or however long they've been doing it so far, and just showing like the character kind of struggling. It's like, hey, you already ate like 13 in a week, and it shows. It's like, and you're like, hey, can I have a breather? It's like, like what breather? I just killed this guy. You gotta eat him. And they kind of like go like, oh god. I probably wouldn't use Gretchen. Mostly just because she's already in the whole vampire thing. So I'd probably use a newer character for the idea. Especially if it's going to be like a duo where you have one person who kills the creatures and the other person who eats them. So it'd be like a struggle in terms of their relationship of like, you know, one's getting a little bit too murder happy and the other one's kind of being overworked with eating them. And it shows. So like I would have like a chapter or at least like a moment where they take like a day off of from killing the creatures, and you just see the other one just fucking huge from eating so many of them, and like I don't know, like their outfits is struggling, and so they have to go like buy new clothes and shit like that. It'd almost be like if you've ever read Ayana Weight Gain story, it'd be like that. You'd see like that kind of body type going on. Anyway, this is pretty much done. Oh, yeah, I can close this. Don't need this anymore. Let me just put my name on it like I usually do. Okay, so this is Joanne's official profile pic, since she has yet to have one for the fucking years that she's existed. The closest thing was the cover art to Black Circus, but she's never had a profile pic until now. Technically, she didn't even need a background because characters like Marcy just kind of float in space and all that, but you know, felt appropriate to put her on a stage. Being a vampire sucks. I mean, I'm not gonna not have Gretchen suck the blood of characters and possibly eat them because she's an omnivore. It just won't be her main gimmick. Her main gimmick's gonna end up being lesbian sex with fucking Chewy Chewy or Cece, however you want to name her or call her. I'll probably start calling her CZ for short because her action the name I gave the character is more of a running a joke that only I am aware of. And it was something I made in high school. It was dumb then, it's still dumb now, but I'm keeping the name. So fuck it. But oh yeah, I should probably save this. There we go. But yeah. So this was Joanne. I will probably post this later, probably like in the morning or something, or whenever I wake up from taking a nap. And then I don't think there's anything I need to update her bio with unless I feel like updating her length. So that way it makes a little bit more sense um, for how she's able to eat certain people and stuff like that. So aside from updating her length, I'm probably just gonna swap the pictures with this one. So yeah, that's it for this. I put up the Underground Collectors set. I'll probably post that too once I wake up. And pretty much all that's left to really work on is just secrets pages and the Patreon character suggestion stuff in the slice of life. So that's the stuff I'll be working on. Ha! But yeah, um, yeah, this is just another experiment with art styles. I did some stuff I don't normally do, and it's not bad. Just trying to find a unique balance because I'm not sure if I'll use this method for comics. It's not bad. It just what's the best way to phrase it? Like it didn't take me that long to really do all this because I was pretty much done coloring her pretty quickly or shading her pretty quickly. It didn't really take that long. Everything else after that was pretty much extra. So maybe I'll use this method for the comics. You know, I'll try it for the side chapters or like the middle chapters that I'm gonna do for I have two and or I have volume 2 and Black Circus. So I'll try it out for those chapters since those chapters will be super short and see how that feels. Yeah, because like for example, like what I did here, how you can see the the texture for this. This is not even necessary. This is just a little extra thing I decided to do for this particular piece of art. So that's not going to be there. However, the secrets pages currently have that, just because the previous ones did. Is it necessary? Not really. It's just something I thought would look nice on it for black and white pages. Um, for the color, because I want to continue doing color, and that's why I've been like researching and practicing and looking at tutorials of like different rendering methods to see what I could do without losing quality. And so this is one of those methods. Another method is how I draw Kyrell. Like I can let me bring that up because she's not showing any bits, so I can use her as an example. I usually go to Kyrell as an example. Where are you? You are in this folder. Kyrell. Where are you? There you are. So like for Kyrell is just cell shading style. So like even though she has some gradient on the lighter parts of her and like right here, this is just like a hard shadow. So there's this method which I kind of did that in the older um, Black Circus pages, but I still need more practice with this because the character still seems kind of flat. So I need to practice more with the shadow range and not be too iffy with how heavy shadows I should be doing. So like right here, I should probably put a little bit more shadow or make the shadow a bit more pronounced on her belly and all that. But this is another method. And then let me see if I have another example. Oh yeah, I know which one. Where are you? Should be around here somewhere. There you are. So with Kitty Catswell, she was using the grayscale method. So that's why she's a little bit more grayed out and darker than usual. So this method I was using for a good while before I started switching it up a bit and trying to like tweak it. And then lastly, if I remember, if I assume this is the last one. Where is a good example that isn't risque? Challenge impossible. Trying to look at the more recent ones. Did that one use it? I think it did. Trying to remember. Okay, I'm gonna pick this one. So with Jupiter, she has a little bit more. She's a little bit of a darker character, but still, like she has more of like the gradient going on around here. And this was like the method where I believe this is the method where I would use the grayscale, but then I would also add in the blue shadow, and then mix it in, and that's how you get like the light gradient where it jumps between the lightest part and the shadow. So this was like the method I was using for Joanne's comic for chapter 2. And that was and this method isn't bad. It just takes a little bit longer to do. And I've been practicing with like shortcuts and stuff like that to see if I could like mitigate the amount of time it takes. And I still think there's like one more method, but I think it's one of the pictures that's part of a art set. Because I think after a certain point I switched up from here. Uh, Gummy Goo kind of has it, but he's in a blue area, so it's harder to show it. Yeah, let me see if I can find a character or a artwork that has it. I don't think I have any that's not part of an art set. So basically, I guess I can show it like this. So with Joanne, let me just turn off some stuff. Okay, so let me make a copy of this layer. I'll put on some music as I explain this. Where are my? There they are. I know it's one of those things where it's like this is all literally just part. It's just in my head, and I'm most likely overthinking this. Yeah, there we go. So, okay, so I made a copy of the layer just so I could easier explain this. Let me get rid of the stuff I don't need. So let me delete these. Okay, so here's her actual shading where it's the blue that I've usually been using. And normally I would switch this to like overlay, and this is where you get this like overwhelming blue. And then this would be dumbed down to about 50%. Then I'd make a copy of that, change this to multiply, dumb this down to about 30%. And so you basically have this. Then there's like a little bit more to this, but let's see, because I'm gonna do this really quick, so it may not be perfect, but it's just gonna get the point across. So make this layer. Did I already choose the? Yeah, cool. So I would color this, put it onto overlay, drop it to like 60%, and we can cheat a little bit. So select that, and then just delete the parts that don't cover it. So that's how I'd be doing that normally. And then there'd be like a little bit more detail where like these parts would be changed to an add glow, drop that to 20%. And then the highlight stuff. The highlight stuff I technically don't have to do or alter because they can be like their own layer. But normally I would like drop this down to like 70% just because they were a little bit over the top. But yeah, so it's basically just a jump between this and this. Oops. So it's like two different things that are almost the same, but they have their slight differences. Like one has the more darkened shading, and then the other one is more blue. And like normally I would probably like darken this more, like so I probably get like another layer just to like shade in the parts that are a little bit too bright, and go from there. Or like I probably put a little bit darker shadow underneath her neck. Unless you're doing some internally noir moody, my rule of thumb is yeah, it just depends, because like sometimes I feel like I'm not doing enough shadow, and sometimes I feel like I'm doing too much. It's like one of those things that it's like just in my head going like, okay, am I doing this right? Am I doing it wrong? And then sometimes even with this method, I'll like do it this way, where I'll put this layer underneath the shadows and give it the overlay and put it to 60%. And then this goes away. This, I think these two swap places. Yeah. And I think this one becomes the 30. And then this one becomes the 50. Yeah, so it's just it's probably just all in my head. It's probably just a bunch of nonsense that I think is wrong, but it's not really wrong, and it's just in my head. I'm just assuming that it's wrong, and I'm just trying to find answers to something I don't need to find answers for. And again, like all these different methods that I use, like let me look at this one just to make sure this is okay. Yeah, so like this one, for example, this one uses the gray method where I grade it all out. Like I could turn these off. So basically, I make a layer, I gray it all out, I add in like the lights and the shadows and all that. Then I just put this on multiply, drop it down by 80%, and then I start stacking on the blue shadows. Yeah, and it goes from 50 overlay, 30 multiply, and then I'm stacking in everything else and stacking everything else. Well, this is just like blush and all that, so that's not important. But yeah, so it kind of just depends on whatever the fuck I'm trying to do. And again, this is all literally in my head. Like, for all I know, this has been fine the entire fucking time, and I'm seriously overthinking it. And it's just one of those things where I just gotta stop getting in my own head and telling myself that it's not good, and that I need to try harder. So I have all of these different methods, and like, and this isn't even counting the whole um um painting style that I do for other pictures. Set up on references to get better feel for. Yeah, I think it's just a matter of getting a better feel for shadow, because sometimes it's hard to decide what hits what, especially since the way I draw their faces and all that. So some of it has to be a bit of guesswork. And sometimes the shadows look good, sometimes they don't, or they could be better. So it's just more practice on it. But like the main goal is just trying not to take so long on pages. And even then, I think I'm overthinking on that too, because it's like, I shouldn't be stressing out on trying to crank out the pages as fast as possible. I should just be taking my time, and when they're ready, they're ready with that. They are ready when they are ready, type of thing. So yeah, I think I just need to stop worrying about trying to crank them out and just do what feels right. So that anyway, that's been my headspace for a long time. Just trying to suck less and make things faster. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this. Let me turn all this back on so I can save it. Oh yeah, because okay, here's like another thing. So the shading that's happening with Joanne in this particular situation for this picture is because I basically duplicated her artwork itself, blurred the fuck out of it, and then baked the shit out of it in the in the tones, and then just put like another overlay over it for more shading related stuff. So like this, for example, would probably be like either between like 10% and 20%. I just put at 10 because that seems to be like the sweet spot. But yeah, so that's been my headspace for it all. Am I overthinking this? Probably. I just think that I mean, I'm still trying to get better as time passes, so it's not like I'm like, oh, this is the art style I have, I'm going to stick with this for the next 20 years, which maybe that's the better choice. Maybe I should stick with something for 20 years. It's not like it's entirely bad, but I want to improve. So that's just me. Anyway, I'll stop yammering now. Um, but yeah, thank you for coming. I'm going to stream again tomorrow at 9 p.m. Pacific time. And whatever the hell I decide to draw tomorrow, that's what we'll be up to. Tomorrow's Wednesday, so Do I want to draw something risque? Is it really anything to draw risque? Because I kind of do that all the time. We'll see if it'll be Picardo or not. If not, obviously it'll be Twitch. But if I do Picardo again, I'll figure out what risque thing I'll use for it. Because that's literally the only reason to use Picardo is just if I want to draw like TNA. But anyway, you guys have a good night. I will see you guys next time, okay? Bye bye.